what is the mandatory skill set you recommend to go with the apps technical because to work on our side?
Perfect. It is, since you have good experience in SQL and PL/SQL, I believe you choose the right path. Okay, that is Oracle applications ERP. Nowadays, ERP has very good demand, and we have very good opportunities in ERP, and the packages and all are very good coming to the ERP side. And yeah, I feel Oracle applications is perfect. Oracle apps technical is perfect for you because you have good knowledge in SQL and PL/SQL. That's the first recommendation we will have.
Okay, yeah, great. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Vishant sir, these are all the topics that we are going to cover. Okay, just let me show you the course contents. You can see my screen, right? Excel file, can you see?
Yeah. Please continue.
Yeah. So we'll start with the introduction of Oracle applications or e-business suite and Oracle applications architecture and modules in Oracle applications, module integration, multi-organization structure, and what type of projects we have in Oracle applications and what are the documents that we have to develop. Okay, this is completely theory part initially. From here, we'll start the practical session, how to log into the Oracle application, and we'll be covering all the topics related to the AOLs or system administrator. Okay, and in system administrator, these are all the topics we'll be discussing, like how to create users and creating responsibilities and assigning responsibilities. Okay, and what are the backend tables will affect when the Oracle account is created in Oracle applications, and all the responsibilities and users, different types of users, active users or inactive users, various queries, and how to create the concurrent programs and how to create concurrent programs and attaching to the responsibilities, validations, value sets, lookups. Okay, and also we'll be talking about the flex fields and profiles. Okay, forms, menus. Okay. And after this, multi-org structure, what is multi-org structure and what are the tables we have in the multi-org structure, and how to retrieve the data, and what is the relation, what is the ER diagram between all this, like business group, what is business group, legal entity, operating unit, set of books, and inventory organizations, etc. Then we'll also talking about the inventory module. Okay, in that we'll be talking about what is inventory and what is the master organization, child organization, etc. Then we'll have various tasks to become familiar with the inventory module, and P2P cycle we'll be discussing, where we will be covering apart from that inventory, we are also talking about the purchasing module and account payables and general ledger, etc. And these are all the topics we are going to discuss, like how to create purchase orders and what are the tables, okay, and how to retrieve the data and how to develop the report and all, okay, will be covered, and related to the payments, etc. Then we'll be talking about the O2C cycle, that is order to cash, where you will be getting knowledge in that account receivables and sales orders creation, account receivables, etc. And another very important topic for the technical or techno-functional is interfaces and conversions, where we will be discussing about it, and we'll be doing various types of interfaces and conversions also. Okay, and form personalization, XML reports, and workflow, etc. This is complete list of contents we are going to cover in Oracle applications.
Okay.
Any questions?
No, I'm good.
Okay. Okay, and coming to this, I'll be sharing documents every day, and end of the course also you will be getting like final document. Okay, which will have all the topics with the examples. But everyday topic will be shared as soon as the session is completed. And yeah, you will also get some tasks that you can do at any time. So this is complete plan, and you will be receiving the recorded sessions also. So every day, whatever the topics we will discuss, those topics will be shared to you. And apart from that, like if there are any tasks, yeah, my plan is to give tasks on each and every topic, so that if since you are working, maybe you may get time. Otherwise, if you are busy, okay, just you can ignore it. Okay, but the tasks also, I believe they are very important, which will let me know, okay, how much you are getting what I am trying to explain. So
Yeah, sure. I would like.
yeah, yeah. Okay. So the agenda is now first what is ERP? Okay. Then Oracle applications. What is Oracle applications? Then Oracle applications architecture. So the directory structure. So these are all the topics we are going to discuss today. Then next after this, modules in Oracle applications. Okay. And types of projects. Okay, we'll be talking about the types of projects and roles and responsibilities of technical consultant, functional consultant, and DBA. Okay, apps DB. Okay. So before start the practical session, I believe these topics are very important. Okay. Once we complete this introduction part, this is completely theoretical session, and after that we'll be starting how to log into the Oracle applications and all. Okay. So now coming to what is ERP. Basically the ERP is Enterprise Resource Planning. ERP stands for this Enterprise Resource Planning. Okay. So basically, like what is Enterprise Resource Planning is, before this we should also know about the types of softwares. Basically we have two types of softwares, right? Like system software and application software. Okay, so in the application software, again we have different types of softwares. Like application softwares are categorized as two types. Okay, so they are packages and languages. Okay, so application softwares also two types. They are packages and languages. So the difference between package and language is basically we have to develop everything that we require. That means to get particular output or to fulfill our requirement, we have to develop the program or we have to build the objects. But the package is something like you will have more which is already available. That means you will have objects which are already exist. It is packaged with various objects, and those objects we should know how to use it. The package is nothing but what, it's a collection of objects which are ready to use. Language is, it is not ready to use. We have to build everything from the scratch to get the result that you require. But in the package, it is already there, only we should know how to use it. So now ERP is a package. ERP is a buzzword, but it is a package. Okay, that means you have everything in that. You have everything, whatever is required for the business. Okay, whatever is required for the business, you have everything in that package. So that means you no need to develop anything from the scratch. Everything is provided by the company. Only we should know how to use it. So now Enterprise Resource Planning, it is a package which has all types of functionalities required for the business. So ERP is a package which has all types of functionalities required for the business. So all types of functionalities means it can be like like various types of functionalities means where you will have like creating employees and creation of purchase orders, creating sales orders, creating payments, creating receipts, okay, maintaining the ledgers, okay, and making the manufacturing items like the bill of materials, working process, etc. So all the functionalities available in the ERP package. That is what is the ERP. So now what is enterprise then? What is resource? What is planning? So I can say one simple example. Say there is a company called, say, for example, XYZ is a company, right? So the XYZ company has various businesses in various countries. For example, US, and they have UK, and say they have India, and say, for example, they have Singapore. So they have like USA, they have their businesses in USA and their businesses in UK, India, and Singapore. It is one company, but they have their business in different countries, and they have different functionalities they require. That means what they will do is they will maintain employees first. Everywhere the employees will be maintain employees, and they wanted to create just basically the business is to sell to purchase an item and sell with some profits. Okay, for example, if you take it that example, they are into like purchasing some various items with less cost and trying to sell to the customers with some profit. So in that, first they require like purchase orders. For example, they will create purchase orders, and they have that functionality. They want to create the purchase orders, and they want to create receipts, inventory receipts, maintain the stocks. Okay, when they purchase an item, for example, they purchase 100 laptops, and they wanted to maintain that stock. Okay, that stock is nothing but inventory, and they are going to prepare some invoices and payments. Okay, so payments. Then they also maintain ledgers, and also they will maintain suppliers. They will also maintain customers. They will also maintain account receipts. Okay, this is, you can say, account payables. So now, example, these are all the functionalities they have in USA. Again, here also they have all these functionalities or few functionalities. For example, purchase, you can say, purchase, you can say, purchase, you can say. This will give you, this example will give you the clarity of what is ERP basically. Why everyone is saying ERP. Okay. So now XYZ is a company, and they have their business in various countries. Okay, USA, UK, India, and Singapore. Now, from everywhere, they wanted to create purchase orders, and similarly, they wanted to create inventory. That means maintaining stocks and payments to the suppliers, and maintaining ledgers and receiving cash, etc. Okay. So these, you can say, these are the types of functionalities. Okay. And all these functionalities they have in various countries. Okay, but the business is same, the group is same. XYZ is a company. So XYZ USA you can say, XYZ UK you can say, XYZ India you can say, XYZ Singapore you can say. Now, the ERP software works for all these countries, okay, without installing in all these places, and that will cover or that will provide the functionality of these types of functionalities for all the countries. You got it right, Amjad?
Yeah. Listening.
What I'm trying to say is, in ERP is a package which provide all types of functionalities one thing, and it also works for all the organizations belongs to one business. So now XYZ is a business, that is a company, and they have branches or they have their operations in USA, UK, India, and Singapore. So now what is happening is the ERP software will provide all these functionalities for all the countries, but the installation of ERP is not required in all the places. The installing the ERP is not required in all the places. That means it's a single system installation process. Single system installation process means, for example, if it is installed in USA, and that can be used in UK and India and Singapore. And all the functionalities can be used from different places. So now, for example, okay, you understand that, okay, the business is there or the company is there and they have their organizations in various places. Now what will happen? Okay, what will happen is, for example, here user XYZ is there. Okay, now coming to the user, that's the functionality. These are all the functionality. For example, user A is there here, and user B is there, and user C is there, and user D is there. So now user A is sitting in USA, and user B is sitting in UK, and user C is sitting in India, and user D is in Singapore. Now what will happen? For example, everyone will access the Oracle applications. Okay, so what he did is user A will log into apps.aura.com example. Okay, and he creates the purchase order. Okay. And user B also logged into apps.aura.com and created the purchase order. And user C also again created the purchase order, and user D also created the purchase order. Okay. So now what happens is everyone is logged into the same, right, apps.aura.com. Everybody will be connected to this particular URL only. Then they are trying to create the purchase order. User A is created a purchase order, user B is created a purchase order, user C and D also created a purchase order. Now what will happen is all the purchase orders data will go to one table only. All the purchase orders data will go to one table like this, PO number and the location. For example, you can say org-id. You will get more clarity on this. Org-id now, as of now, you can say this is the organization ID and the user. Now you can see example. We can say this is a table. I am not going to that the real table. It will have many things. Just you can say, for example, you can say table purchase order. Table purchase order is a table. So now, say user A is created one purchase order, user B is created purchase order, user C and D is created a purchase order. So now what will happen? For example, when the user A is created a purchase order, example that number 800, and he created from which location? USA, and user is A. Another user is created from UK, and the user is B. Another user is created another purchase order, that is 802, and it is for say India, C. And again 803 Singapore, okay, and you can say it is B. Now if you look at this data, what happened is everyone is connected to the Oracle applications, okay, and everybody is created purchase order from different organizations. Okay, from USA one purchase order is created, from UK and India and Singapore. Now what happened? This data collected from different locations, different countries are stored in single table with their purchase order number and the org-id. Okay, and the person who created is the created by A created, B created, C created, D created, but all this data is going to the same table. So now it is an enterprise and its planning is, okay, various employees are there in this particular XYZ company and the employees are working in different places. Okay, A is working in USA, B is working in UK, C is working in India, D is working in Singapore, but all these employees A, B, C, D are in XYZ company only. But they are working for different organizations, belongs to XYZ. Now what happened? A created one purchase order, B also created purchase order, C also created, D also created. But when they are creating the purchase order, they are logged into the same application or same software and they created a purchase order. So when the user A is created, it is going to the table purchase and the purchase order number is generated with his user ID and the purchase order is created from which operator, which unit. And B also created, again it is going to the same table. And C also created same table, D also created the same table. So that means here different organizations are there and different users are there, right? And different purchase order numbers are there. But everybody is connecting to the same system. This is what is the ERP. Enterprise resource planning is this. Ajay, you got the clarity? What is the use of ERP?
Yeah, got it.
Any questions you have?
No, not now.
Okay. Yeah, so that is all about Oracle ERP. Then what is Oracle applications? The Oracle applications is a package which has again all types of modules. So what is basically, okay, Oracle, we know that Oracle is nothing but it is a company and applications is the name of the software. So you can call it as Oracle applications or you can also call it as Oracle ERP or you can call it as e-business suite. Okay. You can also call it as e-business suite. Okay, you can call it as e-business suite also. So then what is Oracle applications is, see when you open basically Oracle applications, right, it will show various applications. Like it opens with different types of responsibilities like purchasing, inventory, okay, sales, payables, receivables, okay, and ledgers and BOM, WIP, etc. So that means it's a package which has all types of functionalities or all types of applications. The application is nothing but purchasing is called an application, inventory is called an application, sales is called an application, payments is called an application, receivables is called an application, ledgers is called an application. Okay, that is Oracle applications. So Oracle applications is an ERP package. So that means whatever we discussed in the ERP, that will be covered with this ERP package. And next one is coming to the architecture, Oracle applications architecture. So how this works is, it is like this. There's a server single system installation process. It is. Okay, single system installation. So that means, for example, you have like as discussed, say we have 4 countries. Okay, but the software we no need to install in all the places: USA, UK, India, and Singapore. Only one place is required. For example, main branch is in USA. The Oracle applications will be installed in only USA. So everybody will connect to that. Everybody will be connected to that USA by giving just this login. So that is single system installation. And coming to the server, it will be like this: database, and it will have like a form server, and it will have application. That is web server. That's like this. And this server has again like client 1, again client 2, client 3, again client 4, like this. So that means everyone, client 1 will be connecting to the server, and client 2 will connect to the server, client 3 will connect to the server, client 4 also will connect to the server. Okay. So clients, that means, for example, you are sitting in India, So you will be connecting to the server by giving the URL as apps.aura.com. And client 2 will be connecting to the server by using just apps.aura.com. Client 3 will also same, client 4 also same. So everyone will connect to the server, and from there they are going to access the application. So it is equal to the gmail.com. For example, we both have Gmail accounts. So when I wanted to connect to the Gmail, what I have to do? Just I have to give gmail.com. Right? Then it will ask you the username and password. Same, when user A is connected to this database, this Oracle applications, it will ask the username and password. Same for the client 2 also. So every user will have their own credentials. Every user will have their own credentials, but everyone will connect to the same server. So how the system will recognize this client A has created one purchase order and client 2 or user 2 is created another purchase order. So how system will recognize this purchase order belongs to user A and this purchase order belongs to user B? That you will come to know while working with Oracle applications. So that is about the Oracle applications architecture.
One question here. So when we say it's a single system installation process, so I believe the e-business suite is installed in web server.
Correct.
Okay, so but the database and the form server are connected to the web server, and the clients are connected to the web server, right? So clients are not connected to database or forms. How this interconnection?
Yeah, basically in your projects you will have the server like that will be the Linux server.
Okay.
So they will install Oracle applications in Linux server, and there everything will be there. Database will be there, and it comes with like complete package. It has like forms, reports, and everything. But in the client side, for example, in your system, you will have only normal client software. That means just you will have database, Oracle client you will have database, and forms and reports you will have. But you will not have Oracle applications. So through web, through the URL, you will be connecting to the server. Okay, so that means that will connect to the web server first. Then from there, you will be accessing different applications. From there, you will be accessing different applications. But that means when you click on the purchase, it will open the purchase order from the form server. Okay, and when you create a purchase order, it will go to the database. Answer to your question?
Yeah. Okay.
It is like this. Okay, let me show you this. Okay, so basically what we will do is we will connect to the Oracle application. For example, as you know, my server or my client is in USA. So what I have to do is I go to this URL. There is a URL called apps.aura.com. In your project, they will provide you that GA will provide you that URL. So it is like this: apps.aura.com:8000. Okay, this is the URL example. Then it will ask you that username and password. So this is web page. So here I will give you operations. Default user is operations and password is welcome. Login. So this is home page. Okay, this is a home page. You have different types of here responsibilities to access applications. Okay. So now what happened? When I click on this, if I click, for example, I would like to create purchase order. So what I'll do, I'll go to purchase orders responsibility. This has opened with the purchase orders. This has opened with the responsibilities. Now, for example, if I want to create the purchase order, so just I look at the purchase order table. Okay. Purchasing this is an operations responsibility. Just I'll click here. This example I'm showing you how it is working. Then, for example, I would like to create the purchase order. I'll click on this purchase order and purchase orders. So now the purchase order form will be opened. So this is a form. It's an example for the form. So now here what I did, I have given apps.aura.com, then it is connected to that server. It has opened that home page, correct? And I selected purchase order, then it is opened the forms. It has opened the form. Here I create the purchase order and I save it. When I save it, it will go to the database.
Okay.
So every user will have their own credentials and they will be connected to the apps and they will start working on that. So what happened is when anything is created or any operation is done in Oracle applications, that will be tracked. So that means who created, when updated, who updated, all the things will be tracked. And it is not, for example, if you create a purchase order, for example, you're working from USA, I'm working from India, then it is not like your data will go to separate table, my data will go to separate table. It's not like that. Because we both will connect to the same server, okay, but you will have different responsibility, I may have different responsibility, or we may have both same responsibilities and we'll create the purchase order, but the data will go to the same table. So that the data will go to the same table means it is like this. This is one of the best examples. So that if you want to see the purchase orders created from USA, then I can write a query, something like select the star from table where PO number equal or sorry, where RGID equal to USA. So that I can see the data or purchase orders created from USA. Same table. For example, the table name I can say here purchase. Okay, select star from purchase where RGID equal. For example, if I want UK, then I can write UK. But the table is same. Though the purchase orders created from different users, from different organizations, but the database is same. You got it right, Hamza? How the ERP is working?
Yes, go for it. Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah. So when we are saying about one table, yeah, I know we are into technical, but how the functional guys look at it? So we are saying different module: purchase, inventory, sales, payables, receivables, all these financial modules. So will all be the financial modules also will be in the single system? Everything?
Yeah, yes. Everything will be in the same server.
Okay.
Everything will be in the same server. Purchase module, finance module. Okay, all this will be in the same module. So now, for example, user who is working for the functional, okay, user who involved in the finance activities, for example, user X is there, he would like to create only the invoices and payments. Then the user X will have the responsibilities to access functional modules. And user Y is there, for example, user Y is working in distribution module, for example. Okay, he wanted to create purchase orders and he wanted to create sales orders. Okay, so that means he will have the access or he will have the responsibility to access that application. Okay, example, I can give you a small example which will easy to understand. For example, user A is there and user B is there and user C is there. Okay, three are there. Both are in the same organization, but both are at different places or same places. But user A is into the finance and user B is into the distribution, and user C is into the HRMS. So he will have responsibilities like company name, for example XYZ, okay, or accounts receivables or account payables, okay, USA, something like this. Company name will come here. XYZ is a company name example, and account receivables XYZ USA, and okay, account payables, account receivables, general ledger XYZ USA. This is the responsibility he has. How to create all these things, that will cover in the practical we are going to discuss. Now user A is there, and he has three responsibilities. Okay, he has three responsibilities to access payables, receivables, and ledgers. Okay, your responsibility looks like this. That means a responsibility will be created and the responsibility is given to this user. Now user B is there, but he is into different section. For example, he is into purchasing. So purchasing XYZ, company is USA. Purchasing XYZ, order management, sales order, and inventory XYZ USA. He has these three responsibilities. And now user C is there. He has human resource management system example XYZ USA company. Their company name, that is. And okay, so now this person, all are working for the same organization XYZ only, but this A is responsible for the finance activities, B is responsible for all distribution activities, and C is responsible for human resources activities. Now, when user A created payables, it will go to the table called related to the payables. When B created a purchase order, it will go to the purchase table. When C created human resource like employee, it will go to the employees table. You got it, right? Or you have any questions?
Yeah, got it.
So this is what is the Oracle applications will work like this. Different users will have different functionalities they will have, but the finance data will go to all the times. Finance tables are same, and purchase tables like distribution tables are common, and human resource tables are common. Okay. Okay. So next one is coming to modules. Okay, what are the modules we have in Oracle applications? So the modules is like this. We have modules like SCM. In the SCM module, we will have PO, inventory, order management. Okay, and yeah, SCM also again we have two different types of SCM modules are there, like distribution modules, and these are the distribution modules, and manufacturing modules. So the manufacturing modules are BOM, WIP, and inventory. These are all the manufacturing modules. Coming to finance, like we have account payables, like we can say it is AP and AR, general ledger, cash management. And coming to project accounting, okay, so we have like various modules like costing, billing, foundation, etc. Okay. And we have HRMS, that is human resource management system, where payroll and maintenance, something like this. So these are all in examples for the modules. Everything will be in the same package, Oracle applications only, but we have various packages, various modules we have. So now to answer your question, finance people will use this and distribution people will use this. For example, A user is using these modules and B user is using this module. Similarly, accounting, the person who is working for accounting, they will be having access to these applications. And HRMS who is working in HRMS, they will be working in this. So this is specific to the functional, but technical it is not like that. Technical, you should work on all the modules. It's not that, okay, I can work on only one module, it's not like that. Because you can work, it is very simple, like when you know that how to retrieve the data from the employee table, select staff from EMP, you also know that how to retrieve the data from each department table, right? So we wanted to know this. From which table you wanted to retrieve that at runtime we will view that. But what is the command that we have to use, that we should know. Here also same. For the functional consultants, they will be working in those modules only. For example, if I am working in SCM, I will work on only SCM module. If I am the finance guy, I will be working on only finance. But technical, it is not like that. Sometimes I may need to develop the report for AP, for account payables. Sometimes I need to develop the report for account receivable. Sometimes I have to develop the report for purchase order, or report, or package, or form, whatever it is. Only we should know is where is this purchase order is created, from which application it is created, and from which form it is created, and what is the table, what are the columns. That information is very important for the technical. From the functional side, okay, how to create that, and when, how user is creating the purchase order, that also we should know. You're getting right, Hamza? Hello? Hamza?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, okay. You're getting right what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, Gopal, I'm following you.
Yeah. So that is what is the modules, okay, module. And coming to the director structure, the next another important one is director structure. This is just overview, okay. So you will get more details on it while working with Oracle applications. This is just an overview before we start Oracle application. This is the minimum knowledge we should have, okay, instead of directly start Oracle applications. So better we will have some idea. So directory structure is something like you will have like various forms, various reports, okay, and though they are belongs to the different types of modules. For example, you have inventory, okay, all the inventory modules and their objects will go to this application, okay, inventory. For example, if there are forms, US, that's a server where it is located, and here you have your file name. For example, file name dot, if it is FME, you will write here. Similarly, application, just this is an overview, okay, you will see the real-time part, how it will be, and how you will work in the real-time environment. Similar setup we have, so you will be getting that same kind of experience. Reports, US, and file name dot audio. For example, if you develop any like a package, so inventory and SQL, SQL, US, and file name dot, for example, if you have SQL package, SQL file or package, that we have to place. Similarly, for example, account payables, application, AP, forms, yes, file name dot FMD. Again, application, AP, for example, if reports, US, file name dot that extension. Application, again AP, in the AP folder, for example, SQL, then US, and file name. For example, account receivables. I'll give you all the short names. Application, and AR, forms, US, and file name. For example, if it is reports, yes, file. You got it right, Hamza? Or you have any questions here? How our files has to be saved in the server?
Yeah, got it.
So, for example, if you develop any form, right? That form you have to, for example, if the form is developed related to the account payables, right? That account payables form we have to place it in this directory. And the same form you developed but related to account receivables, then it is going to the AR. Here it is AP, inventory, AP, AR.
Sure. Yeah, మళ్ళీ ఉంటే మీకు మెసేజ్ పెడతాను. థ్యాంక్స్.
छोड़ रहा है बेटा सुनील को जमीन से बोल से सुनील इतने बात
Okay, Hamza, these are the topics we discussed.
Right.
So, tomorrow we'll be talking about types of projects. What are the types of projects we have in organizations, and what is the role and responsibilities of technical consultant, functional consultant. Then after that, we'll be looking at how to start Oracle applications and how to log in, how to create new users. Slowly we'll start working with Oracle applications. Do you have any questions from these 5 topics? What is
right.
that? Yeah.
Right now, I think it's like I said, I'm a beginner, so I'm totally new to this. Right now, I don't have any other questions.
Okay.
Going forward, we can learn more.
Yeah. Just this is to give you an idea, like what is ERP basically, how it works. While working with Oracle applications, you will get more clarity.
Yeah, I think so. Sure. Thank you.
Okay, Anja. Yeah. Hamza, please share your email ID. I'll send that notes, today's topics, what we discussed.
I provided in the institute. Do you want me to text here?
Yeah, it would be fine. So that I can send you the document where you can get all those details. Or what you can do is, you can send a text mail. Okay, you can send a text mail to this email ID. mvgopal.apps@gmail.
Sorry, it's mvgopal.apps. Okay.
@gmail.com.
Okay, sure. Sure. Thank you.
Okay, yeah. We'll catch you tomorrow at same time. Okay.
Yeah. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hi, Rajita. Gopal.
Sorry, sir, I could not attend in the right time.
Sorry, who is this? Rajita?
Yeah, it's Rajita.
Yeah. Hi, Rajita. How are you? I didn't notice that. When did you join?
Like little earlier, I'm little late actually for the class, but just